What's shaking? Hey, I'm Rick Jordan. Today, we're going all in. All right, this one's going to be fun today. And I don't know, this may be super fast, might even drag out. I don't mean drag out, but I mean like go for a while because I might get super excited on you. Because today, we're going to talk about complainers. How many of you love complainers? I'm sure everybody is like shaking their heads right now because nobody likes a complainer. And at the same time, I'm also going to challenge you because every single one of us, including me, talking to you today, if you look in the mirror, it's like every single one of us has been a complainer at some point in our lives about something, right? And that's just because we lose emotional awareness in the moments because it just feels good to like vent out something. But here's the thing about complaining. Complaining allows you to actually, this is so interesting, right? Listen to what I'm about to say because I'm actually like seeing the words in my head before I'm going to speak them out. And I start to smile and I'm like, this is so cool how I'm going to tell this to you. Complaining allows you to feel like you're doing something for real. It's almost like an immediate rush, right? It's like taking a hit of cocaine in a moment that sucks to where you feel like you were wronged or something's going bad, and it allows you to deflect, maybe project. And complaining is like that quick hit of dopamine to where you're like, hey, that kind of felt good. I just did something. Right? Or if it's something around, think of like a restaurant, right? You've ever had your food come out to you and it be cold or prepared wrong? If you've had a steak, I like my medium rare, and all of a sudden it becomes well done, and it's like, the thing is like when I send it back, it's like, I'm not just saying, hey, your people suck, this sent out here. I will always present a solution outside of that because that's actually doing something. Complaining actually does nothing. It does zero. It just allows you to give you that opportunity to feel better about yourself in the moments. Complaining is an ego trip for yourself. Pure and simple, right? So you feel like you're doing something, but you're actually doing nothing at all. Right? Complaining, seriously, it accomplishes nothing. But at the same time, it becomes like it's a cultural thing. Take a look on social right now. Okay, I had a post a little while back about ADHD. It was a lot of fun, and I was trying to talk about ADHD as being like it's a deficit, because most people don't have a lot of attention. And so many people are out there like, look at all the drugs, look at all the studies. There's a lot of people that do that. It's like, hey, I have an opinion. I'm not a doctor. And at the same time, when you look at the history of this, which maybe I'll do an episode on this someday. When you do a history of that, it shows that a lot of people, when they're understimulated in life, especially boys, when they're understimulated, that's when this condition sets on. So I'm not saying that the condition is invalid. I'm actually saying that the reasoning and the remedy behind it by pharmaceutical companies, doctors, medicine in general, I don't think is treating the actual issue, because a lot of times parents will abdicate the responsibility of raising their kids, and kids are just stuck in a place to where they are not challenged. They are not stimulated in life, especially boys when you're like 4 to 7 years old. But what happened on that post is so many people jumped on and just complained. That's it. Like you're all this saying, not many of those comments actually suggested a solution, right? It was just, you don't understand, who are you and all this other stuff. But this happens all over the place, especially on social media. And you can see that, and this negativity breeds more negativity. Complaining generates a snowball effect for more complaining. And there's all these people that feel like they're doing something when they're actually doing nothing at all. It's become a cultural thing. It's like that freaking air that we breathe, for real, right? So here's what you need to do. Instead of complaining, you need to actually do something about it. So if that steak comes prepared the wrong way, like, hey, here's what I would like. Can you one, recook it if that's what you want, right? Recook it medium rare. Ask the question, how long will that take? Right? And they tell you, it's like, okay, I think I'll make a different decision then. Maybe I want a different dish, or maybe I'm okay today. Right? Maybe just take it off the bill and then move it away. Or if they say, sure, I'll remake it for you, it's like, hey, you know what? I appreciate that. For the inconvenience, could you maybe throw in a drink for me or a dessert, right? You are presenting solutions to resolve the problem that are for the benefit of you. It's a mutual agreement. You're not going to get anything if you don't ask. And I tell you what, you are certainly not going to get the service that you want if all you do is just sit there and complain. If you've got an issue with some other person, right? And this is the thing, I experience this sometimes in my own company. And I always put this out. It's like, if you're going to provide feedback to anybody, upline, downline, peer-to-peer, whatever it is, if you're going to provide feedback, then you need to also suggest a solution. By all means, I want you to be able to identify things, identify gaps, come up with better ways of doing things, call somebody out for maybe not showing up the way that they were supposed to today. But then also go a step beyond that and ask them in that case, hey, you okay? What's going on? This is what I experienced of you today. And in that process, you can say, well, maybe you could try this, or you know what? I'm really counting on you. Could you show up next time at the meeting prepared? These are all things you're suggesting solutions. So you're not complaining. You're actually contributing to the solution and problem solving. You are helping that other individual solve their problem. Because otherwise, they're just going to sit there and you can generate the state. It's like victimhood starts to replicate itself. First, something happened to you, so you're playing the victim by complaining. But then now you're complaining to them, and they feel like the victim because you're just complaining about them. That's it. You're just bitching and just saying, I don't like what you're doing or whatever it is. And now all of a sudden they feel like the victim because this person came and attacked me. They didn't approach me right. All that stupid BS that happens in corporations and in business with employees and entrepreneurs and everybody else experiences this. Because people just fire shots back and forth without ever contributing to the solution. It's stupid. That's not something I tolerate in my company. And you know what? If you're in a relationship, that's not something you should tolerate in your relationship either. Spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, whatever you want to call them. You shouldn't tolerate that in their relationship. If there's something that they have a problem with, and it could be legitimate, it absolutely could be legitimate. So don't step up and be like, I'm better than you. Or if they're going to come to me and say anything negative to me, it's a problem, or you perceive it to be negative. If they can come to you with good intentions, or reverse, if you can go to them with good intentions and say, you know what, I've noticed this. Maybe this you can do differently next time in this way. Or you can say, hey, I noticed this. What's going on and how can I help? Because you might not know how to contribute to the solution at that moment. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. But you are stating that you are willing to help. And right there is the starting point to try to collectively come up with a solution, a path forward, a way to repair, a way to get the project done, a way to treat a customer, a way to build a new system. These are all things that you can do, because complaining is something that is never going to get things accomplished. All it is an ego trip that makes you feel good in the moment. And I'm telling you, it's stupid. You look stupid, you sound stupid, and you probably feel stupid after that dopamine hit goes away. So from this point on, never complain again. Challenge yourself to never complain again and help contribute to the solution, not be part of the problem.